Hey everybody, good morning, greetings from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Alright, the local time here is 1:29. Today is Monday. Happy Monday everyone. November 28, 2016. I waited and waited for a while because, well, first of all, this load, the load that I just delivered was actually scheduled for 9 p.m. tonight, but the previous video you saw that they unloaded me early, and I was to deadhead to Little Chute, Wisconsin to pick up my load that delivers tomorrow at 2 p.m. But when I told my boss that I was getting empty earlier, he said, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna wait and look for a load to go back to Wisconsin, which makes sense. And since I get paid by percentage, it would be to my advantage to wait for a load to go back to Wisconsin. So anyway, he looked around for a load, and he found a load out of Hamilton, but unfortunately it didn't deliver till tomorrow night, I think it was. So that wasn't gonna work. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work because I pick up at 2 o'clock, and the load that I could have picked up today doesn't deliver till tomorrow night. So with that, I guess I'm going to end up deadheading home to Sheboygan, and I'm gonna stay home until about noon tomorrow, and then head back to Little Chute and pick that load up tomorrow. And I believe that delivers Thursday in Elkton, Maryland. So probably Thursday morning. So that's the whole plan for today and tomorrow. By the way, before I forget, I just want to say hello and greetings and a grateful thanks to Omar and also to Terry Lafayette down in Louisiana. All right, I have some bad news and good news. To some of you may already have known that I have a son that lives in New York City. He's one of those really difficult child, and he just seemed to do his thing, and regardless of the consequences and all that. So anyway, he's about 23, 24 years old. He left home about 4 or 5 years ago, and he's been on his own, and unfortunately he had his big dreams of making it big, and you know, he's one of those dreaming to be a star and a singer or movie actor, and bigger than light dream, you know, bigger than life dreamers. Well, it didn't work out that way. Instead, he ended up working at a laundry, or those big laundry places that do laundry for the hotel and all that stuff. And he worked there for a while, and for some reason he felt it was beneath him, and well, he started looking for the bigger things in life, I suppose. Well, what happened was he ended up being a homeless bum. Started taking drugs, and I guess he had a psychotic breakdown, and induced by drugs and his big dreams, impossible dreams. So anyway, he's been on the street for a few years, and it has been a heartbreaking fear in my heart that one day I'm gonna get a call, and you know, he's dead, or well, he's already been jailed for petty crimes and all that nonsense. There was a New Yorker named Mario that called me one day, and he was so concerned about my son. Mario was just a resident of, I don't know, Brooklyn it was, or Queens. And Mario started helping him, giving him food, clothes. One day, my son Nikita was just totally out of it. And it was just, not only that he was high, but he was talking really nuts. And so Mario and we begged him to check himself in the Sinai hospital. I guess in New York they have this program that anybody can walk in and be hospitalized for 3, 4, or 5 days. And they diagnosed him and all that stuff, and yeah, they found that he's got mental issues, and it gets worse every time he takes drugs, and there's nobody that can tell him what to do. And I certainly don't have the resource to drop everything and just go find him if I could even find him. And that has been a heartbreaking fear in my life for the last 4 or 5 years. And so I raised my head and I gave up. I said, Lord, I know he's my son, but you know, he is your subject. I can't say he is your son, because he's not a born again believer. And so I've been praying to have him have the Lord take care of him and draw him near, close to his heart, and guide his ways. And the thing about Nikita is he's mixing Islam with Christianity, with Buddhism, with Eastern religions, and he picks and chooses of all these religions and combine them in one. He makes his own religion by taking parts of different religions and put them together. And it's heartbreaking. Well, that's the bad news. For many years, that has been the heartbreaking things in my life. Recently, last night, he called me, and guess what? He sounded sober. He sounded coherent. He does veer off topic a little bit. It's kind of like an old beater car that if you let go of the wheel, it just wants to go by its own way, and you got to remind him to stay focused, you know. But I guess he got checked into the hospital a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. He said he's been clean for a month or two, and he's also taking psychotic drugs to keep him focused. And he sounded really just normal, except for a few bumps here and there. And supposedly somebody took him under somebody else's wing, and he is now living in an apartment which was paid 3 months in advance. And get this, he is working for an organization that promotes and protect the welfare of women and children. And you'll never guess where that organization is at. He is in training or an apprenticeship, and he showed me a picture, and he looks really nice, really clean. And that picture was taken at the UN, of all places. He lands a job at the UN. How does that happen? I mean, you know, and it just, I know, some of you may say, well, that's just a coincidence. No, I choose to believe that God's hand is on it. And God intervened and is taking care of him. Although spiritually he is still lost. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take him 1,000 times right now than what he was a couple months ago, a couple years ago. And so last night I slept at peace. Like the whole weight of the world is lifted off my shoulder, and can't get a better news than that. You know, there were times where I got frustrated because prayer after prayer after prayer, nothing. It just seems like it gotten worse and worse. It almost seemed like the Lord is having a deaf ear to my prayers. And you know what? He knows what's best. He knows the perfect timing. And I would just, man, I am so grateful. And I continue to pray that the Lord will draw him near and not only heal him physically, but will draw him near his heart spiritually and make him his son. We are now 370 miles to Hardee's in Sheboygan. Local time is 1:47. And once again, we have November 28, 2016, Monday. We're dead at home. Alright, well, catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And please keep Nikita on your prayers, and keep him safe. Johnny be good here. Glorifying God 1 mile at a time.